So, let me paint you a story. I just woke up after playing a lot of games of Overwatch and Rivals, making a lot of videos, scheduling them. And when I woke up, I started going on my phone, checking the progress of my videos, and I went on Twitter, which you know how that is. And when I went on Twitter, there was a lot of drama, a lot of comments about people saying, and replying to a person saying, Dive is really strong right now. And people are replying to it saying, are you really complaining about that? Poke is very strong. Dive isn't even compared strong to Poke. And I was like, you guys realize both can be strong at the same time. The pick rates of Dive characters and the majority of Dive characters had positive win rates as of the last hero hot list. Not even counting right now. Top 500, at least of recording this, starts at Celestial 2. And I'm right now Grandmaster 1. I haven't played in a few days though. And right now, and I've been playing Rivals a lot. When I was playing it, there's consistent Dive characters in every single match, no matter if it's mine, enemies, or both. I can't tell you how many Spider-Mans I've came across, especially with the animated Lord icon. For as much as people are saying Dive is dead, Dive is dead, Dive is dead, it's horrible, it's horrible, it's horrible, I've been seeing it nearly every single game, back to back to back to back to back. Just because Poke is severely busted, Phoenix is not getting any noticeable nerfs. She got nerfed once by getting rid of a broken mechanic. People say, oh man, the devs took her and shot her in a back alley. They kept repeating that, and repeating that. And guess what? She's still busted and broken. She didn't get shot in a back alley, like so many people were saying. And it's just like, well, you guys were wrong about that before. Why should I trust you now? Same with Hela. Meta since Season 0. Phoenix, meta since she came out. Hawkeye, pretty much meta for the vast majority of seasons in the entire game. Any of these hit scans, Punisher 2. Any of these Poke characters have been meta pretty much since they came out in the entire game. Just because they are busted doesn't automatically mean another thing can't already also be busted. That's like saying, hypothetically, off support, like let's say Adam, he's super busted. So that means the rest of the cast, like Gambit, can't be busted. Because look at their power creep. Adam is so good right now, that means Gambit, compared, he's super weak. You know what that sounds like? No matter what role you are, Dive is strong right now. It's in full swing. I bet Spider-Man is still top 3 in pick rates like he was before in last hero hot list. Even though he didn't get a direct buff, he only got a team up, he is running rampant. When I mean running rampant, he is everywhere, nearly every single game. If not every game I've ever played in these high ranks have been with Spider-Man. Whether it's, I'm beating a Spider-Man, I get beat by the Spider-Man, I win with the Spider-Man, I lose with the Spider-Man. No matter what, there is a Spider-Man on the map. Same with any other role. I've seen a lot more Black Panthers. And one of the clips I keep showing on my YouTube videos, I'm a Rocket Raccoon. And I'm playing with and against a Black Panther. They were playing Black Panther on the enemy team. My team was like, I'm gonna diff him, and plays Lord Black Panther against him. And this has been happening nearly every single game. There's Black Panthers everywhere. There's Spider-Mans everywhere. For some reason, I haven't seen that many Psylocke. Like, she's still very broken. But still, Magic's everywhere. I mean, there's several big content creators who are purely Dive mains, who are climbing very quickly, like a 60 plus 70% win rate just on Dive characters. Meanwhile, they probably say Dive is dead as well. Because Dives, for people who don't know, can get value even if they don't get a kill. They can distract, let's say a Venom. They can distract the enemy supports for 20 seconds, and that's 20 seconds. Those supports are using resources on their own, not on the team, and not directly or looking at their own team to heal them, meaning 20 seconds of free range on their team. That Venom, he'll maybe have high damage, but he won't have any final hits, he won't have any kills. His stats won't show it. Stats don't show, the actual important things in the game. But that whole value, people are like, oh, I can't get a kill with him, I can't get a kill with him. His attack needs to be giga buff. Just like, no, you were distracting the supports long enough where the entire team got melted because of it. And a lot of people don't realize that. People think, okay, kills equal value, and that's simply not the case. You can get value in many ways. In general, the objective time, pushing the payload, whatever, that's heavy value. It's only shown in the points you receive in comp because for some reason you can do things very selfishly, get kills, get final hits, and get more points than someone who's on the payload actually winning the game the entire time. And again, with my Venom example, you can put any Dive in that situation, distract the supports, attack the supports, do anything you can to distract, to kill, whatever. Let's say you never get a kill every single team fight, you still distract them, make them use resources, win that team fight. You could be 0-0-0, and you still can win the game because, I know that's a bit of a hyperbole, but because you're distracting their support so much. I mean, what do you think the main problem of Jeff was before his rework, when he was always a dive and triple support? Just saying, nobody complained, or at least nobody I heard of complained about triple support back then when it actually affected supports, but you know, when it affects you DPS-minded people, then it's a problem. And just like, Jeff mostly affected supports. His main annoyance was that you needed to deal with him, meaning you took a lot of time off your actual supports. You needed to, people would pick Hela just for the reason to be an exterminator for Jeff in your back line, and then he would run around with this high maneuverability. Like, that was, looking at it then to now, it's like, wow. It's just like, he would fly across the screen, up walls, and he was very hard to hit. He took a lot of distraction away from your team, and it would end up getting a snowball effect on your team. Because, okay, there goes your Hela, there's one less damage. Well, there's still a Jeff in your back line, still surviving, still probably poking you, probably still having you use resources on your Hela to actually make her survive the 1v1, while you still heal your other team. So you have to look forward and look back. That whole meta was horrible. That's the main reason Jeff got reworked, because he was so annoying to actually deal with and to play against. And people don't realize that also goes over to dive characters, especially in that dive meta season, especially in all these recent seasons too, especially the past couple too. That last one and this one, dive is running rampant, but people are saying it's dead just because poke is really good and has been since pretty much season 0, and they're not getting any noticeable nerfs, even though, you know, we're pandering to casual players, as the devs say, as they buff Hela 12 times, Moon Knight 12 times, and Hawkeye 16. But yeah, guys, we're really pandering to casual players instead of, you know, a very high-skilled players who we pay to play the game. I'll restate this again. No matter who you are, I do not care. Just because one thing is strong doesn't automatically mean another thing isn't. I'm not saying if poke or dive is stronger than whatever, each other, but I am saying both of them are strong. Both of them can be strong at the same time. It's not a situation where if one's strong, one has to be weak. Because if you apply that logic to pretty much anything else, it will collapse. And people are flaming people on Twitter for thinking this. It's the same person who's getting flamed. I'll put the screenshot on the screen right now. It says, dive characters generally ruin the game. I'll die on this hill. Dive characters are the most busted characters when in a dive comp. Daredevil, busted. Magic needs tuned down. Thor, damage needs tuned down. Daredevil plus magic just feels so unbearable and unwinnable. Magic gets overhealth spam, which I agree with this most part, except for maybe the Thor. Daredevil has been meta since he came out and got slaps on their wrist. Magic has had a 55+% win rate in high ranks, and pretty much all ranks, for as long as I can remember. Psylocke can kill through support ults. And again, she is an ult merchant, pretty much. She can get it very quickly. I had a match where Psylocke got her ult every team fight, and used it. Some dive characters can get their ult before Loki gets his runes off cooldown. Think of that. And in the comments, let's just read a couple of them. Dive runes. This game gives you to like to just stand back and spam while drooling all over your keyboard and get value for it. Below that, yeah, sure, dive characters totally ruin the game when dive has the most counters in the game and poke can like 2-tap across the map. Not gonna lie, this sounds like a skill issue. Not to mention, Magic and Thor aren't even divers, they're brawlers. Magic is a dive. She attacks the backline. One of her playstyles is a brawl where you mess with the tanks, but her main playstyle is a dive. She's been like this. She's not a brawl. This is the first time Thor has been remotely good, and he's easily countered. What is it with these people? I'll stop right there. Why are so many people saying this character can't be busted because there's so many counters, even though there's like 0 counters? Oh, this character can affect my character? Man, there's such a big counter. It's like saying if you're a DPS and the enemy team plays Adam Warlock and like, oh, they're playing a healer, that counts my whole playstyle of damage. So like, that's a game mechanic. That's basic. You know that, right? Just because a character is strong and a character can, you know, play actually against them and not be a disadvantage against them, doesn't mean that person is a hard counter. You do realize that, right? Like, so many people saying Hela back then was a hard counter to all dives. It's like, no, just because she's not at a disadvantage at long range and at medium range doesn't mean she's a hard counter to them. She's also pretty busted, yeah, but she's not a hard counter to them just because she can affect them. And a lot of people don't like this. People like easy matchups. People don't like being outplayed. So if they play a character and there's someone else that can evilly match up against them and not be at a disadvantage, they're like, oh, that person's such a hard counter. This character I'm playing is completely unplayable because the other character on the opposite map, they completely counter my character, even though they're just on the same level. It's just like, yeah. And a lot of people don't realize that just because a character's on the same level as another and is not at a disadvantage doesn't mean that character heavily counters your character. I think in general for this game, a lot of people actually need to start understanding the game and not just listen to big content creators and form their own opinions. I'll end this video here. It's getting a decent length, but I'll see you guys in the next video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.